Ever notice how everyone talks about breaking out of prison, but almost nobody talks about the real power move, figuring out how to get in on purpose? That's where my mind went. Late night, staring at the ceiling, running scenarios like a chess match that never ends. Most people fantasize about tunnels, disguises, cutting fences. Me? I was mapping entry points. Because when you stop thinking like prey and start thinking like a strategist, you realize something. The ones who chased you, the ones who thought they could hide behind loud names and louder goons, they can't hide forever. And I'm not impressed by the goons. Goons are noise. Goons are bodies in the hallway. They're the extras in someone else's movie, acting tough because they're standing next to the credits. They've already shown who they are. Nobody with borrowed confidence. If I wanted to, I could crush them, easy. But that's not the game. Because in every system, prison, street, business, life, the rule stays the same. You don't waste your energy fighting the whole army when you can hit the command center. Take out the leader, and the army collapses on its own. Not because you got louder, because you got smarter. That's what Prison Break got right. Michael Scofield didn't win because he was the strongest guy in the yard. He won because he understood the blueprint, literally and psychologically. The show made it clear, escape isn't just about a route. It's about people, alliances, pressure, timing, trust, betrayal. Every decision has a cost. Every mistake has consequences. Planning matters. Execution matters more. And the real world backs that up. The more complex the environment, the more the outcome hinges on preparation and human behavior under stress. In crisis response and project management, the same principle shows up again and again. The plan isn't a fantasy, it's a framework. You don't hope your way through high stakes. You design your way through them. So I sat there thinking, not about revenge like a cheap action scene, but about strategy like a surgeon. I thought about every way you could get in, not just the obvious ways, not just the legal ways. I mean every possible route. Systems, loopholes, routines, blind spots, the stuff people ignore because they're too busy flexing. I thought about who would come after me once I was there, because that's what predators do. They circle when they think the cage is closed. But that's also what cowards do. They get brave when they think you can't reach them. And here's the truth. I don't care who comes. Because the moment you stop fearing the shadows lose their power. And the moment you stop swinging at the crowd, you start seeing the one person calling the shots. But let me be clear. I'm not talking about taking anyone out. I'm talking about making them feel what they tried to make me feel. Not a quick ending, not a headline, not a brag. I'm talking about consequences that last. The kind that sits in their stomach when they try to sleep. The kind that makes them look over their shoulder even in daylight. The kind of suffering they thought was reserved for me. And that's when the real battle started. The one inside my own head. Because I've always felt like I have two voices on my shoulders. One is the devil, cold, simple, direct. The devil doesn't negotiate. He leans in and says, go grab them, squeeze until it's over, make it final, make it loud, make it satisfying. And the other is God, steady, calm, relentless. God doesn't shout. God says, stop, don't do it your way, I'll handle it. That sounds soft until you understand what it really is. God's way isn't weakness, it's control. It's the discipline to not become the monster they need you to become so they can justify what they did. It's refusing to hand them that excuse. It's letting their own choices turn into their own punishment. Because sooner or later, systems expose people. Lies collapse. Masks slip. Leaders fall. And even the devil, listen to this, even the devil can end up serving the plan. Because the devil brings the heat, the rage, the fuel, but God brings the aim. So I made a decision. I'm going to relax, put my feet up, watch the show, popcorn ready. Because if there's one thing I've learned from every chessboard, every cell block story, every Prison Break level blueprint, real or fictional, it's this. The best revenge isn't chaos. It's watching the people who tried to bury you realize they never buried you at all. So here's my call to you. Stop swinging at the goons in your life. Stop wasting your energy on the loud distractions. Find the leader, find the route, find the blueprint. And if you've been walking around with rage in your chest, don't let it drive. Let it power the plan. Because when you play it smart, you don't just survive the cage. You control the outcome.